2 years ago, I gave this same speech of TEDx, and I said that I had no car crash in my life, nor some tragic tale we all can weep about. Thankfully, that has yet to happen, and I still hope my character arc is still in the exposition stage. But I can talk about something I love: thinking, talking, and writing. I love thinking, and I think the usual things you think about, like how I'll word a conversation and how they'll word theirs and how I'll keep the conversation going. And by the time I approached you, I probably already had a conversation with you in my head. And I think about other things, like frogs, with the calculus problem on how the population of frogs increase to if I ever became a frog, if I would be able to express love, or if that love in itself was driven by the instinct to breed. So, as I think, write, and talk, I still struggle with one thing, and that is the language that I am native in. My mom said to be Korean is to be able to speak its language and to know its history. And this is me and my brother at his first birthday party. And as you can see, I have spoken this language since I was born. Korean was the first of my many expressions. Korean was the first language that I learned how to express happiness in, how to express sadness, how to express that I got hurt falling down the stairs. So I say I do. But then why when my mother speaks to me in English, in Korean, can no words come out? No words, because I cannot think and speak to her back in Korean. That was the exact wall I hit last year. I say I'm bilingual, yet I have abandoned the very language that I have called mother. I let the second colonize the first. And with this misunderstanding and with this inability to express, I had many challenges and I had misunderstandings born. How could I possibly, express my complex emotions when I couldn't even graduate from the little superficial emotion of I'm happy or I'm sad? As I matured, I have never learned to express and think and talk in Korean with that emotion. So I stayed silent. I stayed silent for many years, and those people who relied on the language of Korean started to notice the silence that I've put in between me and them. This is an fMRI scan of someone that speaks one language, or you're monolingual. And they say that this is how your brain lights up when you speak more than two languages. But why do I think when I speak Korean, can no part of my brain light up? Can no part of the brain understand that when my mother is speaking to me in Korean and I think in English, that there's this discrepancy and this part where my brain cannot keep up? I'm bilingual, yet I can speak only one language. So, what do we do? In English, I'm this three-dimensional emoji. I say I'm confident, vibrant, and I make people laugh. And I have many hyperfixations that everybody hears about. I guess in Korean, I'm this two-dimensional emoji. I'm silent, I'm stoic, and yes, I am happy, and yes, I do talk a lot. But that was it. Selena sometimes did her work, and Selena sometimes didn't. She sometimes felt sad, but also felt happy. And that was it to her. And as I faced these consequences, I've realized that I have done this onto myself. I have refused to stutter my way through this language that I have once called and am still native in. And I have refused to just speak it. Just because I was in the school that spoke English for 1/3 of my day, just because I spoke to all my friends in English, and just because it seemed cooler that I was speaking English in this country that speaks Korean. And as you might have guessed, that was my problem of the day, and that led me to make some challenges for myself. To relight my brain, I have dedicated 40 minutes after I come home from school and 40 minutes after dinner to sit down and talk with my family in Korean. And yes, the conversations are superficial. It was like, how was school? What did you do? Did you do anything fun? Do you have any plans tomorrow? But I was slowly reactivating that part of my brain that spoke Korean. So, writing. I love writing. These are snippets of all my writing that I've done in the past. And some people say that I write like a 19th century damsel in distress. And how do I express that in Korean? How do I send that message, send that love, send that hate, send that emotion, send that thought over to someone whose bridge is only Korean for me? Google Translate. I pretended that the receiver knew English and knew how to speak and knew how to understand it. And then I put it through this handy machine. And yes, figurative language often falls short when you use Google Translate. But that's where the practice comes in. My first letter using this method to my parents took me around 2 to 3 hours to completely write and seal. Now it takes me around 1 to 2 hours, and it might sound like a lot, but that is half as much as what I started with. And the letters were important, but the more important thing was that everybody started to understand my thoughts, my feelings, and what I couldn't have expressed with silence. My parents started to say, Selena's, my parents didn't say, Selena's just sad. They started to say, this happened to her, and this made her think this way, and that is why she's feeling sad. And that's when I felt understood. And I was reconnecting with the layers of silence that I have built. And after that, you find the person that taught you the language. You find the person that watched you grow up and wanted to know how you wanted to feel, how you did you have fun in school? And also, did you have any conflicts? And what happened? They want to know every single thing. And I was able to say, hey, I'm here, and I'm here to talk to you for the first time in, frankly, many years. So, I wish for you guys to all reconcile with your mother, both language and human, and also find and reconnect with the unique voice that you have and the unique voice that you call yours. Thank you.